of the Squirrelpreneur. My name is Keisha Michelle, and I am your host. As if you listen to episode number 1, you know that I have ADHD, and I have lived by many ideas and things I've heard around about ADHD, and ADHD is kind of complex because it's if you meet someone with ADHD, you met one person with ADHD. If you understand what I'm saying, it's not like the same for everyone. Although there are similarities and common things they look at, but that doesn't mean that it's not like if you have a scar on your arm. No, that's wrong. No, it doesn't mean like if you have lost your pinky and someone else has lost their pinky, you lost your pinky and that pinky is gone, and it's the same for everyone who has lost their pinky. Yeah, I don't know. I just that's the the example I came up with now. So anyway, I have believed a lot of the, myths and stigmas and things that I heard about ADHD, so I decided to look it up. Well, I constantly look it up for new information and to pretty much try and understand a little bit more of myself and my condition. So anyway, I looked up on ADHDawarenessmonth.org/ADHD line facts, and I found 7 facts that you need to know about ADHD. Okay, so those 7 facts are as follows. 1. ADHD is real. 2. ADHD is a common non-discriminatory disorder. Number 3, diagnosing ADHD is a complex process. Number 4, other mental health conditions often occur along with ADHD. 5, ADHD is not benign. 6, ADHD is nobody's fault. And 7, ADHD treatment is multi-phased. Okay, so the number 1, I know it's real because I have it. Okay, so number 1, ADHD is real. Yes, it's real. It is real. I also, for a period of time before I was diagnosed with it myself, I was putting like question marks behind it. And I was also thinking, like a lot of people, like, geez, ADHD is just popping up all over the place. And I was like, I don't really know is it real, is it not? I hear this, I hear that, I hear this, I hear that. But the latest research now says it is real, and it is a brain-based medical disorder. So, yes, it's real. And yes, I believe it's real because I have struggled with it without even knowing that I was struggling with it until they put a name to it. Then I understood. But even before I got the diagnosis, I knew something wasn't correct. Looking back, I've always had trouble with work. Oh my God, always. School, always trouble with school. Not with my peers and stuff. I have friends and all that, but like focusing in class, homework, just doing the work, being structured. I've never been structured. I tried being a big mess and everything. Everything is always messy. Very impulsive. Did things as they came up. I used to think it was fun when my peers called me Crazy Quiche and all these names, because I just thought I was just cool, But I actually had a brain disorder without knowing it. Anyway, ADHD is real. And then number 2, ADHD is a common non-discriminatory disorder. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't discriminate. Okay, it's not like humans who discriminate. No, ADHD doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care what color your skin is. It doesn't care what religion you are. Doesn't care if you're rich or poor. And it doesn't care if you have a high IQ or low IQ or middle IQ. And it doesn't care what age you are. It doesn't care about any of that. So, whatever you are, whoever you are, wherever you're from, you can get ADHD. All right? So just, don't pull you're from there, so that's why you have ADHD, or you're like a Muslim, that's why you have ADHD, or because you're a Christian maybe. No, doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't discriminate. All right? So now that is clear. Okay? And number 3. Diagnosing ADHD is a complex process. Yeah, I would say it's kind of complex because I was kind of tired of going back to that freaking therapy office every week to talk about things I've done. Yeah, like a lot of times it was like, oh my God, and I had to like explain and why I did it and what was my thought behind it, and I was like, I don't know, I just did it, sort of kind of like that. But yeah, it's a complex process and it takes time. You have to answer a buttload of questions, and sometimes they also have you take neurological tests just to confirm, basically, and brain scans and stuff like that. You don't necessarily have to take a brain scan, but sometimes they do. But yeah, you have to go through a buttload of questions, and you have to have a large number of the symptoms, and you also have to demonstrate significant problems with daily life, with work, relationships, school, social stuff. And you also have to have the symptoms for a minimum of 6 months, because some of the symptoms are very similar to normal, like extreme forms of normal behavior, and a lot of the normal behavior resemble ADHD. So you can exhibit a lot of the ADHD symptoms but still be normal, because it doesn't impact your life and it doesn't last for over 6 months consecutive. Okay, so it's not just like, one day you're forgetful and then you're like, but the rest of the month you are on point. No, you don't have ADHD then. Okay. And what makes ADHD different from any other conditions is that the symptoms are excessive, they are pervasive, and they are persistent. And they are more, the behaviors are more extreme, and they show up in multiple settings. And they continue to show up throughout your life. Yes, absolutely. When my whole life I've heard it from my parents, from my mother especially. I was lazy, I forget things, like all these things. And mind you, she forgets things. She wasn't exactly, well, anyway. So, and then you can't just take one test and then and then you get the ADHD. Like you have to take different tools. Like I said, it's questions, neurological tests, brain scans, many different tests. Okay, you give information about the person, you or whoever, how they behave in different environments and stuff like that, and then the psychologist or psychiatrist, they put together and see if you have with if your symptoms correspond with certain things and stuff, and then you get the diagnosis.